When did shaving get so complex? Have you seen how many blades are on some of these razors now and how they actually rotate and they vibrate? When I go to a barber and I've gotten a professional shave, I can tell you he doesn't use any of that. He does an amazing job. So how can you get that barber type of shave every time? In today's video, gents, 7 tips to simplify your shaving so that you get the perfect shave every time. So before I get into the 7 points, I want to give you a sneak peek at point number 6. I'm going to talk about the tool. I'm going to talk about the razors. And I will say that I think most men should try at some point in their life a straight razor. This one right here I've talked about before, the Blades Grim, an amazing American-made straight razor. But I realize that's not going to happen. Most men are intimidated by this. They look at this and they're like, I'm going to cut my throat. One of the reasons they call this the cutthroat razor. But I think that this tool right here could change your life. But my friend Luke over at the Grooming Network, which owns the Blades Grim, and I've had him at StyleCon, amazing guy. He said, you know, I want to create something which is going to give you the same shave, is actually more advanced than a safety razor, uses the same professional blades that barbers use. So it's called Occam's razor. I'm going to link to it down in the description. It's a Kickstarter right now. Guys, I've got one of the early versions. I've tested it out. This thing is for real. You're going to love the price point. And without further ado, gents, let's jump into the 7 points. Tip number 1, the right attitude. Most men shave because they have to. How about you flip that on its head and you shave because you want to? This is your 20 minutes in the morning like of a manly meditation. You enjoy the fragrance. You enjoy the tools that you use to shave your face in the same way that presidents, that pharaohs, that your great-grandfather went through this procedure. And you can pass this love of shaving onto your son, onto your great-grandson. And it's about really owning the process, realizing that it is something simple, but something that we do every day, and the way we approach it has a huge effect on how we feel about it. Tip number 2, the right time. The key here, gents, is you don't want to be rushed. You want to find a time in which you will have 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to have that perfect shave. I know I live in a small house and we have one full bathroom. I've got 4 kids, I've got a wife, and I know if I don't get there early in the morning, I'm not gonna have that bathroom to myself for the time that I need to shave. So the way I work around that is I go to the gym in the morning and I do my shaving right after there. There's always room there at the gym, there in the bathroom. So for me, I have found my place, I have found my time to be able to get the kind of shave that I want. Guys, you've gotta make time for that. Otherwise, when you get rushed, you lose the margin and really you just lose the ability to shave properly. Tip number 3, find the right shaving soap, the right shaving cream, the right shaving lotion, the right shaving oil for you. And there are a lot of things there. And understand there's slight differences. Different companies label them differently. I would say you got to find the combination that works for you. Try a number of them out there. Go out there, look at reviews, plenty of reviews on this stuff. I've talked about it before. I'm going to link to some companies down below. I definitely recommend the Blades Grim. I've got their Cinder, I've got their Smolder, I've got from their soaps to their oils, all of them. They come out to StyleCon. They gave out hundreds of free samples. Just a great product. But you may find, hey, I want to try something like Cremo Cream, or maybe I want to go try Gillette. Whatever you want to do, avoid the propellants. I will tell you that. But have a base, and then from there, experiment. And that's, gents, how you're going to find what works for you. Tip number 4, the right lather. That's when you take your shaving soap, you take a little bit of the shaving cream, you put it into a bowl here, and you mix it with a brush. And what you're looking to create is the perfect type of lather that you're going to put all over your face. Understand it's kind of an art more than a science. It's going to depend on the product. Soaps oftentimes require a little bit more work than shaving creams because creams are already kind of at that point where they're ready to lather. Soaps are a little bit farther from it, so they're going to require a little bit more work. But there's a wide variety of soaps. I think that they're also a little bit more economical. The point is you want to have an idea of what the right lather looks like. I'm going to link over to Mark Magic59. He's got an entire tutorial on how to get the perfect lather, which is a little bit beyond what I'm going to be able to do here. I will say, guys, just have an idea of what perfection is so that you know what you're shooting for. Tip number 5, the right application. So you want to get a brush and you want to use a shaving brush. Doesn't have to be badger hair. Synthetic ones are fine. This one actually by Satin Tip by The Purist, I'm going to link to it down below, is a great synthetic brush. The point being, start using a brush. Get into the habit. You're going to need it to be able to create that lather I was talking about in the last point. But a good quality brush, most importantly, it's going to get shaving cream in and around the entire base of the hair. What this does, it actually starts to soften up off the hairs. If you're just using your hands, it does an okay job, but it doesn't get in and around the hairs and it doesn't soften them as much. Tip number 6, the right tool. So the cartridge razor has done a great job dominating an industry and gives many men a decent shave. Now notice that I said decent shave, not amazing shave, because most men actually would do better with a single blade razor. The cartridge, what it does is it lifts the hairs up, and they actually tell you that they lift the hairs up. The problem with this is it also lets them down under the skin, can cause ingrown hairs, can cause small infections, can lead to bumps. Doesn't happen with a single blade razor, but there's a reason a lot of men don't go with a straight razor. They're intimidated. It has a little bit more of a learning factor. It's something they're not used to seeing, and it's even hard to find. This one, by the way, the Blade's Grim, I've talked about them before, amazing company. I'm going to link to this particular razor down below. Another shaving tool that many of you guys are familiar with is the safety razor, a double-edged razor, called the safety razor because it went to replace the straight razor. It wasn't actually necessarily more safe, but it was actually a marketing ploy because they realized, hey, we're going to sell disposable razors. We'll be able to make money on the person over a lifetime. A lot has changed in the industry. They're actually, I think, very economical. Some men have issues with maybe them getting clogged up or, maybe cutting themselves because they're having to handle the razor. Now, what I really like is Occam's razor, and I'm going to link to the Kickstarter down below. I've got one of the advanced prototypes. This is, in my opinion, between the safety razor, between the straight blade, and I have to admit, I really do like this because it uses the Feather Professional Grade Series blades, and they have 5 different types of blades depending on what type of skin you have, but this is the same blade that barbers use, and I think I showed this at the beginning, but look at the difference right there in the amount of coverage that you'll be able to get in one pass over your face. Therefore, you'll have to shave less. And again, the detail that I love is how close the blade is to this actual point so that you can do the really small detailed work on your mustache if you decide to have one, or if you've got certain trouble areas where you can never seem to get the razor, this is going to do the job. Made in the USA, you got to love that. And it's at a very affordable price. If you go, again, I'm going to link to the Kickstarter in the description, but he's also got like shaving brushes, some of the shaving soaps I've talked about. He's wrapping all that into various packages, so go check it out. Tip number 7, the right post-shave routine for you. So guys, again, you got to figure this out, but measure it, be consistent, and look at the results. So cold versus hot water. Let me know in the comments, which side are you on? But I've talked about how I think cold water is best, but I've had other men reach out to me and say, Antonio, I love hot water. The answer is figure out what works for you. Find different shaving balms, different shaving creams, go out there and experiment. Of course, I've got ones I'm going to recommend. I'll put that in the description down below, but you need to find what works for you. Some men tell me they love the feel of the aftershave and a little bit of the burn, which is the alcohol in there. That's cool. If that works for you, wakes you up, and is a signal that your day has started, go for it. But for some men, that's not what they want. They want to avoid that. They want something that's going to be cooling, more soothing, and something that over time is going to soak into their skin and leave it softer and actually help deal with any irritation. The point is, guys, you got to find what works for you. So set up that routine, be consistent, and measure. All right, gents, that's it. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this video. If you learned anything new, maybe you would add something to it, and go check out Occam's razor. Lucas put together, not only can you get this razor, but you actually sends you 20 blades. You get in each blade, by the way, you can use about 3 times, so 60 solid shaves right there. He has it wrapped up with some great shaving soaps, some brushes, some other great tools, which, by the way, if you looked on Amazon, you would pay double the amount that he's offering on Kickstarter. So go check it out, guys. Great deal. That's it. I'll see you in the next video.